Okay, so we're going to look today at using Mastery Zone effectively. So Mastery Zone is found within Spelling Shed. If you have a Spelling Shed subscription, it will be there for free as part of the platform. So what is Mastery Zone? In short, Mastery Zone is an AI-driven tool, and it ensures each pupil's learning is focused on the words and spelling patterns that they need to master to progress. So on a pupil's game screen, you can see it here. Now, it's worth noting that if you have any other assignments, if you have limit options ticked, you won't be able to see Mastery Zone. Limit options means that children are restricted to just seeing what the teacher has set as an assignment. So if you can't see that, that could potentially be why. So you might want to edit the options in that. So first of all, if pupils have never played on Mastery Zone before, they will be guided automatically to a mini diagnostic test. These are the pop-ups that will appear automatically for them, and they're really lovely. They all are animated. So the idea is that it is powered by our own nanobees, and Mastery Zone begins by guiding each pupil through a mini diagnostic to determine their strengths and areas for improvement. So I'll go through a little bit more on what these pie charts mean. It just gives a brief outline to the child about what it is that they're about to do. So within the mini diagnostic test, pupils are going to be presented with an easy word. So it will start with the easiest words on our system, followed by a really difficult word. And it will repeat this until the system reaches kind of the midpoint that the pupil is currently at, based on which they get correct and which they get incorrect. The pupils will not be shown at this point whether they're getting their words correct or incorrect, so you don't need to worry about that. It will simply say, well done, or good job, and it will go on to the next word. It's about 20 to 30 words, I think, the mini diagnostic test, and it will be done at the extreme game level, which consists of a word being read aloud and then the whole keyboard given to answer, which is in my screenshot below. You'll be able to see that they are on the mini diagnostic test, and the child will be with the message in the bottom left-hand corner, and it will have this striped border around the outside. Now, from the teacher's side, you won't see the data from the diagnostic test. You will start to see data when the pupil plays on Mastery Zone after doing the mini diagnostic. So the levels within Mastery Zone. Now, these are the different levels that words will then be given to the children. So once the mini diagnostic has given a kind of a slight level, knows where the pupils are, or it knows where their gaps are, it will start presenting them with the words it thinks that they need to learn next. Now, the child will need to get this word correct 6 times for them to have it within their mastered words list. Now, once they're in their mastered words list, don't worry, they're not forgotten about. They're recapped as the child continues to play within Mastery Zone. But here are the different levels that the child needs to get a word correct on for them to have them in their mastered words section. So they will need to get them right on level 1, and I'll show you what easy, medium, hard, and extreme means on my next screen. So they'll need to get it correct on easy, then they'll be presented with the same word on the medium gameplay level, the same word on hard, and then up until extreme, which they'll then need to play on twice and get that word correct on extreme twice, and then it will be mastered. So on a pupil view, after they've played Mastery Zone, they will be presented with this screen. So they have got their focus words there, and the pie chart indicates which level they need to play on the word next, and the system will present them with that. So whereabouts they are in the journey of getting those words mastered. They also can get a streak, so a record if they play a few days in a row, and their progress chart underneath. Now on a teacher view, once you go into an individual pupil's account, you go to spelling data. So you click on a pupil's name, go into spelling data, and you'll see Mastery Zone here, and you'll have their focused words, and you yourself will be able to see where they are with their words. So this person has got a lot, nearly there, so almost mastered. So they just need to get these words right one more time on extreme level, and then they'll be in their mastered words. If you want to find this more detailed explanation, this is where to find it. So if you go into an individual pupil's name and spelling data, it's there where it says current focus words, there's a bit of an info button, and that's where I got that screenshot from. So if you were wondering what these levels meant, so play on easy, play on medium, play on hard, extreme, this is what it looks like from a pupil's side. So they can choose their game, whether it's the horses, there's a truck one, there's a football one, there's plain, just completely no characters at all. They can choose that. And then easy will show them the word. So this is where they will start off on their journey. Then the word will disappear, and then you'll get the exact correct tiles to put in the right order to make that word. Medium is the same, but the word isn't shown. So it's read aloud. Correct tiles, they have to put those in the right order. Hard, similar to medium, but plus a few more tiles. And then extreme is the whole keyboard. So that's how they progress as they go through and master those words. So the pupil game screen, after they have played on this, you'll have, which I've shown you earlier, the focus words and what these different sort of pie charts mean. So essentially they're split into fifths, and it's where they are in getting those correct. If you click, or if the child clicks the arrows there, they'll have their mastered words on their other side. So they can see the ones which they've mastered. And then they'll also be able to do their streak. At the end of a mastery zone session, they'll also get a summary of which ones they completed in that session, which ones they got correct or incorrect. So then from a teacher's side, so you can look at your group mastery zone by going to Spelling Shed, then clicking on the data tab, and then clicking on mastery zone down here. And then you can select your group. And you have got something here called the mastery level, how many rounds they've played, and how many words they've played. Now, the mastery level here is different to the gameplay level, which we had a look at earlier. The mastery level is where the system believes that this child is within the scheme. Now, the more they play on it, the more accurate this will be. But this number relates to the stage. So the stage within Spelling Shed. So if you're not sure already, Ed Shed, we call the year group stages. So stage 3 is the same as year 3. So their mastery level here says that they're about stage 6. You might have a decimal number. It might say something like 2.36, which means they're kind of the first third through year 2-ish. So that's what that mastery level refers to. So where they are within the school year groups on their journey. As I showed you earlier, you can look at each individual child by clicking their name. You can click view here. You can also get to this page by clicking them in your usual group page. Go to spelling data and you'll see mastery zone and see their information there. And you can also see their mastery level. So they're, like I mentioned, you've got some decimals. So they're about the first third through the way of the year 2 scheme is where it's estimated them to roughly be. How many rounds they've played, how many words they've played, and how many words they've mastered. So you've got lots of information there on the individual side too. Now we also have a new version of, well, soon it will be all of our websites, but currently it's a lot of data, which includes Mastery Zone, and this is available for you to see. So all of the previous things I've shown you, this is just on our current website, but I will show you in a moment how to access the new tools, because I think this might show you some things in greater detail. And also we would love to get your feedback on it, because it still is sort of within development, but it is there for you to have a look at. So any feedback would be fabulous. And then just to say, if you haven't got Spelling Shed already, you can get a free trial. You don't need to enter your card details. It ends automatically. Or if you need any further help with anything else, please email support@edshed.com, and that is our support team email. We're also on social media, and we've got lots of tutorials on Instagram. What I'm going to do now is stop sharing this current screen and go to our website and show you where the different aspects of Mastery Zone can be located for you. Okay, so let's share up here. Okay, so to get to Mastery Zone data, you can go to Spelling Shed, the Data tab, and then select your group and then Mastery Zone. And here you can see their level, rounds, and their words. If I click on View Pupil, I can see them down here. It's automatically got spelling data selected, and I can see here where they are and their current focus words that they're currently on. I can also have a look at their words that they have mastered too. Now, our new version, which we would love some feedback on, if you click this yellow banner, preview the new Edshed Hub, you'll be taken to a new version of Edshed. You can always revert back. If you click up here, current Edshed Hub, it'll take you back. So if we go to Spelling Shed, and then I'm going to go to Data up here, down to Mastery Zone there. And what I need to do on this one is select my class. And if you haven't already, select their stage. And it will give you lots of group data here. So here I can see the pupils that have played Mastery Zone in the last 5 days. If I click on it, it'll give me their names. I can also see the Mastery Zone group level there. And if I click on it, it'll give me some more information about those pupils and those pupils that have played on those dates. The other thing that I really like about this one is we've got Mastery Zone improvement. So if they've been playing it over time, it will show in these different quadrants how they're getting on. So if they're in here, they're above expected attainment and above expected progress, above expected attainment but below expected progress, below expected attainment, below expected progress, below expected attainment, but above expected progress. If I click on them, it'll tell me who those children are. And then I've got all the children here and their Mastery Zone level. So I can click on it and it'll tell me their current level, and then I can go to their View Pupil page. If you would like to give us some feedback, have a click around. There's lots of different data within here. There's also our brand new competency tracker, which is here. I did a webinar on this the other day, so I'm not going to go really into depth in this one. But you can do things such as select, if they're yellow, they're selected. So I can unselect things and it can just show me how children have responded on gameplay. I can look at how they've just fared within Mastery Zone itself. So if we look here at Joe, and then I put, say, teacher assessment, or maybe not teacher assessment. If I put in termly assessments, I can see their termly assessment, he scored an orange, but on that particular objective, if I just had Mastery Zone selected, he did really well on Mastery Zone, which could have been afterwards. And if I click on it, you can see the different history. So that's worth having a play around with. So if you'd like to leave any feedback, please select up here and you can write to us, tell us things you like, tell us things that you would like tweaking, if that is the case. But there's lots more to play around with on here. And to go back, you simply go there. I'm going to have a look now, see if you've got any questions. But otherwise, that was my nice short webinar for the day. So Mastery Zone is brilliant because you don't have to set anything as the teacher. If the children log in, click on Mastery Zone on their gameplay screen, and then the AI tool will drive them, do the mini diagnostic, and you know that they're getting some targeted support without you as the teacher having anything.